If you think that turmeric and black pepper is really going to cure your kidney disease, then we would all be cured. People assume that I don't drink a lot of water. I can't believe I'm filming a YouTube video. It's been years. Hey guys, it's Melanie Empowers. I thought, well, if I'm gonna start this YouTube journey, I might as well start it with a Q&A, kind of like a get to know me, and answer some really good, juicy questions, mostly regarding kidney transplant, lupus, dialysis, but also just random things. Before I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Isn't that what all these YouTubers say? How did you find out you have lupus? How old were you? I got diagnosed when I was 23 years old. I basically got lab work done, talked to the doctor about my labs. They said, you're spilling protein and blood through your urine. You need to go to the hospital. And I was like, what the heck? I went to the hospital. They told me there was something wrong with my kidneys. The next day, the doctor told me you need to go be treated by a nephrologist. Saw the nephrologist. She said, my dear, you have kidney disease and I think it's related to lupus. And a kidney biopsy was going to confirm whether or not I had a lupus. And unfortunately, yes, it was confirmed that I do have lupus nephritis, and I was at stage 3B kidney disease. Let me know if you guys want me to make a more in-depth video on that, because my story is very specific and there's so much to unpack. What advice would you give to someone who was newly diagnosed to kidney failure? Unfortunately, there are hundreds and thousands of people that get diagnosed with kidney disease all the time. Let yourself feel the sadness and confusion of getting kidney failure. When you hear a diagnosis like that, sometimes you think the worst, sometimes you have no idea what even is that? What does that mean? In that moment of grieving or sadness, don't isolate, because you are about to embark a different journey in life, and it's the moment where you have to really lean on community. My other piece of advice would be to get a nephrologist. When you get a diagnosis like kidney failure, you deserve a team that's going to respect you and value you. I would also say learn the basics. Don't get anxious or overwhelmed with all the information that maybe you Google online. How do I cure this? How do I remove this? Take a step back. Learn about your diagnosis, because all 5 stages are different. Another thing would be to ask early about transplant, especially those who are in stage 3, 4, and 5. Another thing would be don't try random medications that you may find, like turmeric and black pepper. If you think that turmeric and black pepper or drinking more water is really going to cure your kidney disease, then we would all be cured. Before you consume anything, please ask your doctors if it is okay and if it is safe. And the last thing that I would recommend, that I think is the most important, would be to protect your mental health. What do I mean by that? If you can, please get therapy, because going through an illness, going through a diagnosis like kidney failure, it is not easy, and it is very hard, and it is very lonely. If you can get a therapist, if you can find a community like Facebook groups, TikTok, YouTube here now, please try the best you can to protect your mental health. What's one thing you're looking forward to now that you have a transplant? Oh my gosh, I love this question. I did get a kidney transplant after 4.5 years of waiting, 8 years of being on this journey. I'm 1 month and 1 week into my kidney transplant, my little kidney eve. The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is actually traveling. Apart from all other things like career, personal life, traveling to me has been a really big dream of mine, to go to different places and learn more about other different cultures in the world. When you're on dialysis and have an illness like the one we have, it's very hard to travel. Sometimes it's better if you don't travel a lot internationally. How did you manage big life events while being on dialysis? Parties, weddings, vacations. I honestly tried to live a pretty normal life. Like, I'm a very open person, so I would communicate with the people around me, like friends, family. If I couldn't do something, oh, I'm sorry guys, like I have to go home and do my treatment. As you advocate for yourself, speak up on your diagnosis and educate others, typically they're able to accommodate you. Do you take any medication for lupus after transplant? Yes, so like I said before, my main diagnosis is lupus nephritis. With lupus, they put me on a medication that I now take again during my kidney transplant called mycophenolate or myphoric acid. That medication is an anti-rejection medication, lowers your immune system, which is what we were trying to do with my lupus in the beginning of my journey. When I got on dialysis, they removed the myphoric acid, because when you're on dialysis, you don't really need that. Post-transplant, I'm taking mycophenolate, and I'm taking hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine or Plaquenil is a medication that helps with lupus symptoms. Typically, when you have lupus and you're taking these anti-rejection medications, well, they suppress your immune system. So the lupus that could be active because your immune system is active, well, it's lower down because now I'm taking way more immunosuppressors than before. But you still want to be treated by your rheumatologist. And now I see my rheumatologist every 3 to 6 months. So are you ready to swim again? Oh my gosh. Okay. So being on PD dialysis or peritoneal dialysis, they typically tell you no beaches, no pools, no public nothing. Now that I don't have a catheter, which is so crazy to say, I'm really looking forward to being a mermaid again. Tell me the honest truth about feeling guilty after getting a transplant. If you didn't know, I made a video on my TikTok and Instagram talking about kidney transplant and then feeling guilty. From kidney failure, I go into dialysis, right? I was such a huge advocate for dialysis and pushing PD dialysis because a lot of people don't even know about it. Oh my gosh, I can have a whole separate video on dialysis. When I got the call, I never even thought I was gonna get the call. I felt like, am I worthy? Is my community gonna see me differently? And feeling so many emotions and grieving the loss of this person. Like, I want to be so happy, but although I am happy, I'm also sad somebody had to die, and just so many things. Where are you from and how old are you? I am from Miami, Florida, born and raised. I'm Latina Catracha. You guys know what Catracha is? Honduras. And I'm 30 years old. I was born in 1990. I'm literally 15. What are you talking about? What's something people assume about you because of your illness, but it's not actually true? Ooh. People assume that I don't drink a lot of water. Honestly, that has been the funniest thing throughout my whole diagnosis, just assuming that I don't drink a lot of water. Then I have to explain to them like, no, I have lupus. And I'll be like, you know what Selena Gomez has? Yeah, that's what I have. I try to not give them like a super long scientific explanation unless they ask for it, but it's just that I think has been the thing people assume about me the most. How do you see your life being like in 1 to 2 years? I would like to grow the community we have here online. I hope to partner up with great companies that support my message and support this community. I hope to travel. I hope to really make a difference. What is it like having a relationship with dialysis or kidney disease? Oh, there's a lot of things to talk about on what it's like dating with dialysis or with kidney disease and how to talk about it. So I'm gonna make a separate video on that, but I promise that's gonna come soon. What was getting a transplant and the evaluation like? Oh, okay. I actually got on the transplant list right before I got on dialysis because they tell you to do that. Does it make a difference? I don't really think so, but that's what they told me. I think your nephrologist has to refer you, and then I called the Transplant Institute, made an appointment, insurance, they did the whole 4 to 5 hour evaluation. And honestly, the Miami Transplant Institute is where I was listed here in Miami, and they are amazing. Highly recommend it if you're in the South Florida area. That completes today's video and our questions. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A, my first YouTube video back. Let me know if you have any other questions or any video suggestions you want to see from me. I have a few already in mind. At the end of every video, I want to ask you guys to put down in the comments what are 3 things you're grateful for today, and maybe what is something that made you smile. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for your support always. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.